Hey everyone! Today's video is going to be all about how to import your favorite PDF printable planner inserts into Goodnotes, write and type on them digitally, and then print them out to put them into your planners. I wanted to make this video because for many years I have actually used Goodnotes for digital note-taking and I always enjoyed it. I have always incorporated digital note-taking and apps into my planning process. We live in the age of technology, and honestly, using apps like the iOS calendar, Notion, Goodnotes, Procreate, and more are simply convenient, and most of us usually have our phones or devices on us when we are out and about and are able to access that information easily. As many of you already know, I love actual pen to paper. I love holding and paging through my planners. I love to watch my gorgeous planner covers age and collect character and charm over time. I love to write out and cross off things on my to-do lists. I love seeing all the tabs in my planner, all the layers, the textures, just everything about pen to paper. I love the sweet little notes that my daughter writes me that I can put in here. I love using all of my favorite stationery products like sticky notes and page tabs, inserts, pens, highlighters, all of that fun stuff. And I just love so much having an actual paper planning system, and I always have for a very long time. However, I'm sure a lot of you can relate. I don't like to carry my chunky planner and additional supplies on me everywhere I go. So using apps and incorporating the digital aspect to your planning system is helpful in that way. I just want to be clear that this video today is not a tutorial on digital planning with hyperlinked planners. There are many great videos out there and awesome creators who have made hyperlinked planners that you can use in Goodnotes. But in this video today, I'm simply going to show you how you can import your favorite planner inserts into Goodnotes, write or type on them digitally, and then print them out to fit back into your planner system. So before we jump into the tutorial, I'm going to share all the products I personally use to be able to do this. I just want to let you guys know up front that all of my devices are Apple devices. So I have a MacBook, I have an iPad, and I use an iPhone. So they all sync across the board with each other, and I'm able to use AirDrop as well. So if you are using different types of devices, this may vary. So first and foremost is you need a device. So I am using my Apple iPad mini 5. And then of course you're going to need the Goodnotes 5 app. I purchased this a long time ago, so I am not sure how much it costs now, but this is the app that we're going to be doing everything in today. So this app is necessary for this tutorial. And then you're gonna need some sort of digital pencil. So this is a dupe of an Apple Pencil. This is not an actual Apple Pencil, but it is very similar. I purchased and tried out dozens of things that looked like the Apple Pencil and things that claimed they were like the Apple Pencil years ago, and this was the best one that I found. It writes really nice, there's no lag, it's pretty precise, and the charge holds for a long time. My iPad also registers this as an Apple Pencil, so it uses palm rejection. So that means I can actually lay my whole hand on the screen while I'm writing, and it's not going to do anything with my palm. It's not going to move the page or anything. It knows that it's my hand, and it just lets me write with the Apple Pencil. So I really love this. I've been using it for years. I have an old video about it if you guys want to check out a deeper in-depth tutorial about this pen, which I'll link down below as well. Lastly, of course, if you are printing all of these inserts, you are going to need some sort of printer, which I'm sure you already have if you're already using printable planner inserts and paper planners. I get asked all the time what printer I use, and it's the Epson EcoTank 2800 series. I absolutely love it. I've had it for a couple of years. I barely ever have to add ink to it, and I print every single day. So it's a great printer. I highly recommend researching EcoTank printers if you're interested in a printer that's better on ink and if you print often. Okay, so let's move on with the tutorial. Obviously, we're gonna go ahead and open our Goodnotes app, which I just have here on a separate page on my iPad. I just wanna put a disclaimer out. My iPad also has some sensitive information on it in terms of just personal information and things that I don't wanna share across YouTube. So I did just put this on a separate page so you don't see my main page, and there's gonna be certain things that I can't open just for the reason of privacy. When I opened up my Goodnotes app, I'm already in a folder that's labeled samples. This is just where I'm showing you guys different techniques and how to do this process. But I have a bunch of other folders and they kind of correspond with my planner sections, so I can easily find things that I'm looking for because my mind works the way that I've set up my entire system. And I've been using this system that's pretty much the same for many, many, many years. And so my mind knows where certain things are in certain sections. So if you're uploading any of these inserts from anywhere that you find that you want to incorporate into a pre-existing digital planner and you are strictly only digital planning, you can just find the size that fits best with your screen proportions. However, if you're here today because you want to be able to print these and you want them to fit into your paper planner, ring bound system, or whatever system you have, then you're gonna want to import planner inserts that are the size of your planner. So for example, I'm using an A6 planner. So one of my samples that I did was this. I just uploaded a tracker and I did this as a headache tracker sample. And you can see my key code has various colors for various like symptoms. And then I color coded it and I printed it off and I stuck it in my planner as a sample for you guys. So you can see that it fits perfect in my planner, and it printed A6 because I imported A6. When I create my planner inserts for my shop, which is Plan with B LLC on Etsy, I'm exporting them as the planner size. So this insert was already exported as A6, so I am going to use A6 to import into here so that when I print it, it's gonna print for the size of my planner. If you're using a personal planner, you're gonna use a personal insert, which let me just show you what that looks like. Here you see it's a lot thinner, it's more narrow, but it's taller. And then if you're using a pocket planner, you're gonna use a pocket insert and so on, whatever your planner size is. So strictly for printing. So you're able to upload PDFs from anywhere onto Goodnotes. So any PDF documents that you have, any inserts from any other shops you can upload in here. I'm showing you guys strictly using inserts from my shop just because I've exported different variations and you get that in your digital download. And so I'm gonna explain that today just in case you have inserts from my shop or are getting any from my shop, you'll know how to print using my inserts specifically. But this rule will apply to many shops because a lot of shops export this way, but not every shop does. So just beware of that, and you might just have to test things out a little bit before you go and start mass printing things, which I always highly suggest doing. So first things first, you're in your Goodnotes app and you want to import an insert. That's where we're gonna start. So let's say you already purchased or downloaded a free PDF insert in the planner size that you need, that you want to print as. You're gonna go to this plus sign where it says new. You're gonna go down here and you're gonna click import. Any inserts that you have saved to your device are saved in your Files app, and when you click import, it's going to open up your Files app. I'm not going to click it just because I have sensitive things in there, information that I can't show, but when you click import, it'll direct you to your Files app because across all Apple devices, you have the Files app. If you're using a different app to store inserts, that will come up as an option as well. You can rework that in your settings and everything and still import from other places. But if you downloaded things direct to your device, they'll go into your Files app. If you're using an Apple device and you can AirDrop, you can also AirDrop the inserts direct from, say, your MacBook. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pick a random insert that I have in A6 size, and I'm going to AirDrop that right now to my iPad direct from my MacBook. And you'll see now it's going to pop up. My AirDrop wants to know what I want to open with, and I'm going to select Goodnotes. And then it's going to ask me to select a location. It's already selected for the samples folder, so I'm going to put import as new document. And here you go, it's already imported. This one is from my shop. It's just a pet information and pet care log. So it's as easy as that. You can AirDrop them in if you have them stored somewhere on your phone or your computer and you want to AirDrop, or if you have it saved in your files folder on your device, you can import it direct. It's very easy. So I want to show you really quick the two variations that you'll get in the digital download from my shop when you purchase an insert. The first one is a one-up no crop. That means there's one design template per page and there's no crop marks or cut lines up in the corners. This is perfect if you're going to print on pre-cut paper. The other variation would be a 2-up with crop, which looks like this. this would have two design templates on the page side by side, and you can see up here in the corners there are cut marks, which are the crop marks up there, so that you know where to cut on the page, and then you cut right down the middle, and this would be where you hole punch on each side. Your rings would go in the center there. Before you start writing or typing or adding stickers or anything to any of your pages, I highly suggest that you make copies while they are blank, just to save yourself some time from having to go and delete things off pages after you go ahead and make copies, but that's easy as well too if you accidentally do that. So to make copies, you're going to be open on the page that you want in the notebook, and you're going to go up here to the four little squares, and here's your pages. In the digital download, you always get two because one is the front of your sheet and one is the back side of the sheet. So you're going to hit select them. You're going to hit copy. Once it's copied to your clipboard, hit done, hit the plus sign, and you're going to select paste pages. This is also great in case you wanted to add these pages into a whole different notebook. You can have them copied already and then go into the other notebook and paste them. So you can kind of mix and match different inserts. So you can do this as many times as you want. I just like having extras so that there's some blank ones and I can continue to make copies as needed. I'm also going to show you in the 1-up version here, when you go in here, and I was doing some like testers because I've actually filmed this video a couple times and my phone kept dying. So there's some that I have already tested on, but to make copies in here, you would do the same thing, but an important note in the 1-up is that there is a specific front and a specific back. So you want the front and the back, which the front has the margin on the left and the back has the margin on the right. You want to copy that, click done, add, paste pages, and now you have your front and back, and you can do that as many times as you need. I just want to show you up close here the front and the back. So here's your front page, which is like when you are on, insert here. So this is like your front page. Here's the margin to the left, and when you flip it, your margin is now on the right of the design. So it's just like that. When you see it here, this would be, your rings would be here on this side. When you go to the back, your rings are now on this side. So if you're going to print these inserts front and back, it's very important that you take notice when you're on a front page insert and a back page insert so that you get your information correct and in order. Now for the fun part is writing and typing and drawing, adding stickers and colors all over your insert however you want. Whether you want to just date your inserts or set them up a specific way with recurring tasks that you have or something that you want printed off on every single insert, or maybe you just really like planning on your iPad. It's easy to pack your iPad up with you and an Apple Pencil or an Apple Pencil dupe like this one and bring it places without carrying so many supplies, and then you'll have at your fingertips all of the colors and images and everything that you could want to design your pages. So first I'm going to show you if you want to date inserts. Let's say you found an absolutely awesome insert, but it's undated and you really want it dated for the year, and so you want to take some time and do that yourself to have it prepared for the whole year. You now can do that. So you want to go up here to the text box, select it, tap it wherever you want it. You can resize and change the fonts and everything, the color of the writing, whatever it is you want to do. The fun part about the fact that the iPad works so well with the Apple Pencil and also registers this as an Apple Pencil is that there's a setting in your actual settings app where you can turn on for the Apple Pencil to be able to handwrite in any text bar, even like in a search bar anywhere. Anytime that the Apple Pencil or stylus that's similar is turned on, you can handwrite and it will convert it to text. So you can either type your number in the box here if you want to, like this, and then you can place it wherever it has to go, or you can actually go ahead and write the number and it'll convert it for you, and you could go ahead and put it into the box. So you could actually go ahead and just write out all the dates right away, and so when you print them, they'll have dates on them. You can also go ahead and type your numbers down the sides here if you're using like a weekly, or you can handwrite them. So I'm going to go to the pen app here. With the writing tools, you can change the thickness of the pen stroke, and the color here. The cool thing about the colors is you have lots to choose from and you can put your own customs in here. You can also find your colors in the big grid, or you can go to the color wheel and select any color, make it darker or lighter. So it's really, truly, you have every color at your fingertips here when it comes to choosing colors to put on your planner insert. You can even type in the numbers down here if you want to. For the pen thickness, there are 3 presets, but if you don't like them, you just have to click 2 times and then you can select, a preset that you like by sliding this. So I'm just gonna go with the thinnest for now. And let's just say I want to date these. Don't mind my sloppy handwriting. I'm sitting at a funny angle. So then let's say I want to highlight. Same thing with the highlighter. You have different presets that you can change, and then you can pick any color that you want. And if you want to, you can highlight the colors here. I just want to show you. So if you draw a line, whether it be with the pen or the highlighter, it might be like squiggly when you draw it, but if you want a straight line, you just draw it and then stay holding that until it straightens out. So I'll show you one more time. And it's the same thing with the pen. You can do it with the pen as well. It might be like that, but if you want it straight, hold down and then it'll straighten out. Also, with any of these icons here, if you just select it one time and then click it a second time, you'll see here are settings for each of the icons. So here I have drawn a straight line is toggled on, and the same thing with my pen, as well as you can select what type of pen you like for the actual like brush stroke. You can see that changes. I just have ballpoint pen on. I also wanted to mention with the highlighter, when you highlight, you'll notice, I'm just gonna show you here up close, when you highlight behind something, at first it masks it, which means it's just over top of the text, but then when you let go, it goes behind all of the text, so the text gets darker and you're still able to easily read it. I absolutely love that feature. To delete things, you can either use the undo button, like this, or you can redo. You can also use the eraser, which is right here, and there's a couple different sizes, so if you actually want to erase, you can do that. Also, you can use your lasso tool, which is just right here. You would just go around the items that you want to erase and then press and hold. Here you have delete. You can also copy the items. So let me just show you really first with copy. So let's say I wanted something to be on another page. I can then hit paste and there it is. And I can also resize it and turn it. Also, when you lasso anything on the page, you can move it around. And then I'm just gonna delete this now. The great thing though, when you import an insert, that template that you're importing all stays in place, stays exactly the same. So you don't have to worry if you go and lasso things over top of the actual insert. It's only gonna erase the things that you're adding on top of it in Goodnotes. Another cool feature is the shape tool. So the shape tool allows you to draw any shape on the page, and then if you just keep the iPad pencil down, it'll make it perfect. And I also have my settings turned on to fill it in with color. This can create kind of like a little text bubble or sticky note or things you can like highlight on the page. So if I want, I can draw a square like this and then it'll fill it in. You can also turn that feature off if you don't want it to fill in, and you can pick all different colors if you want to. This is really fun for just getting nice, precise shapes on the page. Over here, there's an icon that has a picture on it. This is to go to your photos. So if there's any pictures or images that you have saved to your device that you want to upload, you can do that, and you can just bring them right in and add them to your page if you want to. Maybe you're doing a reference page or something and you want to add pictures of people or things like that. You can just add things that you like. Maybe you're scrapbooking. There's also this icon with the star on it. Goodnotes has some things already pre-programmed in here like sticky notes and little bubbles like this, little shapes. They also have some stickers in here that you can use. So if we wanted to, we could put this on here for math day. And then we can add, let's see, what else do they have? sports. Let's say there's a basketball game on a Thursday. Maybe we want to write in black, basketball at 5. And then you can have a little icon, and you can also import your own. There's a setting here with the plus that you can import all of your own if you purchase any digital stickers, or if you make your own on your device and want to just create it as a sticker, so you can keep reusing the same stickers and icons that you use often, especially like for your monthly calendars and things like that. They also have a store within Goodnotes now where you can actually go ahead and purchase digital stickers and digital planners that have hyperlinks and things like that. And you can use them and they will upload right into your Goodnotes, which is pretty cool, and that's one of their newer features. So now over here I can just write in some tasks. So let's just say, whoops, put on the pen. So let's just say I want to call dentist, and as you can see, I'm leaning my hand right on here again because there's palm rejection because it's registering this as an Apple Pencil. So when my palm is laying here and I'm writing, it's not going to move the page or anything, but I'm still able to use my hand and my fingers to move things around without it writing. So when my pencil's turned on, it's specifically writing, so that's the only thing that's going to write. But my fingers are not going to write. I can't write with my fingers just because I have this turned on. So I absolutely love that feature so much. Let's say we have to go to Target, pay bill. Okay, and then on this insert specifically, as well as a lot of my other inserts, I have coding columns built in. So let's just say hot pink means, whoops, that's really big. Hot pink means important. So maybe call the dentist and pay the bill is the most important on my task list for the day. So I'm going to just do that so it stands out. And then you can also like use your highlighter after you have all the numbers in up here. You can always highlight which week it is if you want to. Obviously, for whatever insert you're using, it's all going to be different, but I'm just showing you guys some ideas of how to use the features in Goodnotes along with this insert. So there's some other features as well. I'm not going into a full tutorial on that. There's so many great tutorials out there and videos about Goodnotes that are in depth. I just wanted to show you specifically how you can kind of edit and customize your inserts. So once you have your insert finished, it's now going to be time to print. So I'm going to show you how to print it. So you're going to go up here to the little share tool, which is the square with the arrow, and you're going to go to print. It's going to ask if you want to print all or print this page. If you print all, it'll be all the pages that you have within this folder or this notebook. So I have multiple different pages, so I don't want to do that. So for this sample, I'm just going to print this page. You're going to see this is filling up the page and then it resized. So my iPad automatically resized it to A6 because that is what the insert was exported as when I created it. And that's the digital file that you're getting. So this was intuitive and it knew that this needs to print as A6 because that's how it was created. If you are printing from a device and you're having trouble with that, you want to go to your print settings and you want to make sure that you have actual size selected. When you print with actual size, it allows it to print the actual size that it was created and exported as, which is also why it's important that you're using the planner size insert that you want for your actual planner when you print it. If you're having it on anything else, it might fill up that entire screen and blow up on the whole piece of paper, and we don't want that. So I'm printing on letter size paper. That's why it's just going right in the middle. If you're using pre-cut paper, you need to change this to whatever size pre-cut paper that you're using. Again, that has to do with your settings and if your printer allows that. So I'm gonna go ahead and print that, and I'm just gonna show you guys what it looks like. So here you can see this just printed off, and you can see that everything that is in here is on here. Don't mind my ink is actually finally low. I have not filled this printer for almost an entire year and I actually have to fill it. So it's getting low, which is why it's a little muddy looking right now. But basically everything here printed. This is the front. You can see it sized it down to A6. It's gonna fit in my planner perfectly. Now you need to know your printer to know how to feed your paper back in to print on the back side, because now I'm gonna go to this one, which would be the back, and just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna write back on here so that you know when I print it. Now that that's back in, I'm just going to go over here, do the same process, print this page. It's going to resize, perfect, and print. So here you can see this printed on the back, and I just want to show you why it's important that you use the front one and the back one, and that you don't accidentally try to print the same exact one back and front, is because if you do, the margins are not going to line up. So here I printed the front one, and when I went to this back one, as you can see, here's the margin here on this side, just like that. And if you notice, the margins line up. Here's the margin, here's the margin. Because when you hole punch that, you don't want to hole punch into your template and where you actually wrote on the insert. I just quickly also want to show you that when you are doing a 2-up like this, I already printed an example here, but basically, here's how it's laid out. You have to imagine that you have rings here. So when I went ahead, I just labeled left side, right side, and this was the front. And you can see this is exactly laid out like this. And then when I went to the next page, this is the back side, like this. But when you're on the front page, this right-hand side here is going to end up being on the front of this right here, the left-hand side on the back. So you kind of just need to know that, again, especially if you're dating inserts or have specific information on that you want in a certain order, just so that you know what's going to be on the back side if you're printing double-sided. Now, you don't have to print double-sided, but I personally like to print double-sided. I just want to show you a couple others, little samples. Here was another one. As you can see, you can date things front and back. This is another one, front and back. Some ideas for you guys is you can use reference inserts, so like an address insert, address and contacts, or passwords. You can type on top of those inserts so that when you print them, you have it all typed out for in your planner instead of handwritten. You can add recurring tasks to an insert if you want something on every single insert. Say you do the same 5 tasks every single day, so on your daily inserts, you want the same 5 tasks typed or written out, but you don't want to have to keep rewriting them yourself. You can go ahead and do that. You can also date your inserts like I showed you. I also just want to mention that my website, planwithbee.com, has a bunch of freebies on it, and the freebies are exported a little bit differently. They are just a 1-up. They do not offer the 2-up. So my freebies just have one design template per page, and they do have the crop marks on them. So just so you know, if you're using freebies, that they are a smidge different with how they were exported. But you can also upload freebies into here, like this is the packing guide triggers list. You can go in here and highlight things. You can cross things off if you don't want to actually like print it out, but you can highlight the things that you need, and then when you get them, you can always cross them off like that. And you know, you can go in with any reference insert or any of the freebies and like just kind of tailor them to you a little bit more, maybe highlight things that you know you need on your typical vacations so that they stand out when you print it and have it in your planner. There's also notes pages, other reference inserts and such that you can try, but you can use those to practice with this. And like I said, if you have your favorite PDF inserts, printable planner inserts from my shop or any shop, you can just upload them in here and you can kind of customize them a little bit, and you can put designs on them or recurring tasks or whatever it is that you want to do. But I just think it's so fun because it combines digital planning along with paper planning, and you still get to print it and have that hard copy in your planner. But maybe this helps with visualizing things better. Like for example, for projects, I love just getting like a notes page or something, or my projects insert, and I like to have it in here, plan out my projects. I can add my sketches, I can add visuals and pictures that are catching my eye that have to do with that project, so I can have a better look at it, and then I can print it off and have it in my planner with more to it just to help me plan out my projects better. So there's so many different ways that you can do this, and just adding your inserts will just make it more fun. And you know, sometimes it's nice to just carry your iPad with you. Oops, that was a little loud. carry your iPad with you and not always carry like your big chunky planner if you're going somewhere that you don't want to carry a really heavy bag with you or something. And this is just a fun way to also capture that info and be able to access it anywhere, anytime, because now you can still print it, but you also have the digital PDF stored in your Goodnotes. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something today. Please be sure to follow me on Instagram, which is @_planwithb_. And on there, I share lots of planner inspiration, tips and tricks. I share when I have sales going on in my shop, as well as when new freebies go up on my website. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!